Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akar Kradash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valley Camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. All right, this is going to be a quick video through the Spirit. All right, it's plain as day that we're in a time where the Lord is sending the plagues. All right, and nobody can call them off. All right, not your presidents, not the elites. Okay, not these other countries. All right, nobody can call off what the Lord is bringing upon this place because it's time. And let me shift that. It's time for these heathen to go down, mainly Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, along with his cronies. All right, these nations that have tethered themselves to Esau, you know, for merchandise. And they also took part in our oppression, the oppression of the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. And as the Lord is gathering his elect of the nation of Israel, all right, which is going to be the 1/3 in America. All right. And that also consists of the 144,000 men, 12,000 men out of each tribe that have been called to prophesy, you know. But you're also going to have scattered Israelites around the world that are going to be redeemed as well. This is only about the elect, man. All right, the Lord isn't going to deliver all of Israel this time, but the Lord is absolutely sending the plagues. Okay, so I'm going to get some of this in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, jump around a little bit. You know, again, not meant to be a long lesson at all, but hey, the prophecies are speaking. 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 1, woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt, and Syria. All right, you know, and of course, this judgment is going to come upon the whole world. All right, but the Lord has singled out certain places, mainly Babylon. And this isn't speaking about ancient Babylon. This is speaking about modern day spiritual Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, let's prove that real quick. Yep, Zechariah chapter 2, this is perfect. Verse 7, deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. So the Lord prophesied that the Zion, which is the Lord's mountain monument, all right, is synonymous with Israel, okay, and his descendants dwelling with the daughter of Babylon. And how did we get over here? We got over here through slavery, okay? That is the fulfillment of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68, that the Lord would deliver us into Egypt again via ships. Why? Because we did not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. Therefore the Lord set these curses upon us. And that was a curse that the Lord sent upon us. You know, the Lord is going to deliver us from this place. You know, there's many scriptures, many other scriptures on that as well. All right, but going back, you know, the Lord said, woe unto thee, Babylon, you know, in Asia. You know, and Asia is a very large continent, you know, that consists of the Levant region. All right. Esau tries to call it the Middle East, but you have Eastern Asia and you have Western Asia. All right. These Moabites, these Elamites, Ishmaelites, you know, they partook in our sufferings as well. I mean, not in our sufferings and further in our sufferings. All right. They didn't come and help us. You know, they're enemies of us. Verse 2, it says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. All right. That means put yourself in a position of mourning. And bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. And that's going to come by way of the nuclear destruction, man. That's going to hit America. America's going to be wiped off the face of the earth. And it's going to affect the world because, like it says in Revelation, the 18th chapter, for no one buyeth our merchandise anymore. These nations, they got rich off of the back of Babylon doing trade with this place. All right, but they also invited their different ways that leads forth to destruction. Okay. Verse 3, it says, a sword is sent unto you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? And that might be what I titled the video. Okay, these plagues have been sent. Who's sending the plagues? The Heavenly Father. All right, by way of his son Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, verse 6. May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood? Or may any one quench the fire in stubble when they have begun to burn? All right, these are rhetorical questions. All right, this is, you know, to put in comparison Just to put it in perspective, how the Lord is about to bring the desolation of this place, man. All right, calamities. Verse 7, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. You know, you think about a archer, you know, he bends the bow. All right, once he lets that shit go, man, you can't stop that. Physics is gonna do its thing. It's gonna propel forward. And that's how the prophecies are moving right now. All right, you got the earthquakes everywhere. You got different pestilences jumping in and out. You got food recalls. You know, you got wars and rumors of wars. You got the love of many waxing cold. You got major mass casualty shootings and stuff like that happening all the time. All right, they've made it normalized here. You know, they bring it on. You know, they bring it up in the news and stuff. They're desensitizing your mind to it. All right, but these are major signs. Verse 8, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that may drive them away? Exactly. The mighty Lord is sending the plagues. Okay, that means nobody on this earth can stop what's happening. We can't even stop it. We don't want to stop it. We want to be protected from it. Verse 9, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? Exactly. This is the hand of the Heavenly Father. All right, and hey, the world does not fear the Heavenly Father right now, but they will. When it's all said and done, they absolutely will. Verse 12, it says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. That's speaking about the nuclear missiles. All right, that's going to be an ultimate plague, man. Those are the weapons of the Heavenly Father's indignation. Verse 14, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Verse 15, the fire is kindled, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow, which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. All right, and I'm going to jump down, because, we always go into this at camp and whatnot. There's going to be major famines and plagues and calamities upon the earth and major death. All right, and the dead is going to be cast out as dung. All right, but then the Lord brings back the point. Also it goes into these women not having husbands. There's going to be a shortage of men because these men are going to be sent out to war. All right, but jumping down to verse 37, it says, behold, the plagues draw not and are not slack. So the Lord brought it back. These plagues, they're drawing not and they are not slacking, man. And this was prophesied thousands of years ago. It's happening before our eyes. We know that the Lord is visiting the earth. Verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, right? It's comparing it to childbirth right now. Brothers that have had children, they have these contractions. And the contractions, as the closer you get to the baby coming, the closer together the contractions are. All right, so that's synonymous with how the plagues, let's finish this off. It says, verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. See, sorrow shall come upon it on every side. All right, so your economy is about to be fucked up. The morality of this place is gone. Your jobs are about to be gone. Your money's about to be gone. Your son's about to go and fight in this war, about to go die for the tiny tops. All right, you're going to have people dying of famine, dying of pestilences. The morale of this place is through the floor. The cities aren't going to be upkept, Hey, Babylon is going to be exposed for the decaying country that it truly is. All right, but the Lord in this part of the chapter is comparing it to a woman, that's bearing a child in those contractions. So the plagues are not slack to come upon the earth, man. We see it. And now we don't have too many people scoffing. The only thing they're scoffing about now is the fact that we're proclaiming ourselves to be the sons of the Heavenly Father. But the Lord said that they were going to say that we're not the people. But as far as these World War III, we used to speak about World War III coming, and people, would scoff and mock. But now World War III is here. So you don't see people scoffing and mocking anymore. It's like, they don't want to give the Lord his credit, because they're proud. All right, but they can't say they don't see it. It's right in front of them. It's not like a far out theory anymore. And the Lord is going to continue this right into Jacob's trouble, right into the famine of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Soon as the elect is sealed, that's what we're waiting on. All right, for the next stages of prophecy. Okay? But starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone to the men on down, have been speaking on this for decades now. And now it's coming to pass. The Lord said, the former things are come to pass and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them. So the Lord tells us of what he's going to bring. And now he's bringing the plagues. And nobody can turn them back, man. Nobody. Not even Satan. And Satan is more than likely partaking in the sending out of these plagues according to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah's will. Because Satan plays his role as well, man. This is the Heavenly Father's movie, and it's playing out according to how he said it was going to play out. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Makakradash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.